For those of you that have not had a chance to catch things here on Dolynny TV yet this morning, you may not know, you may not have seen, and that is completely fine. That together, finally, we hit 10,000 of us Oilers fans here on Dolynny TV combined, and well, now moving into the next 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, whatever it's going to be. We're moving along just dandy this morning. But with that, right, I'm talking about the promise of more. And that is exactly what Kurt Levins delivered in his 9 Things article today, following up on something that I had talked about, right? An Oilers defense trade is coming. We know that much, whether it be like a guy like Radko Gudas or a guy like Jacob Chikrin or someone in between, that is coming. However, last night late, the video that pushed me over 10,000 subscribers, well, the video that got it done is the news of Evander Kane. More than likely, according to Tim Peel, and this is one of those things, right? He's the guy that broke the Evander Kane signing way back when with the Oilers last year. So I'm taking it on a half credible idea that Evander Kane will be in the lineup on Tuesday against the Seattle Kraken. And Kurt Levins jumping right on that himself in his 9 Things article, discussing that now a roster move, a significant roster move, will need to be made. But before we get to that, friends, this is Dolynny TV. Thanks for being along. Thanks for 10K. And I look forward to hopefully bringing you a very exciting rest of the NHL season here for the Oilers and beyond. But before we get there, you think this graphic's just going to magically disappear because of 10,000 subscribers? No. Let's keep doing this. I think we've seen a lot of success here on Dolynny TV in growing the community because I have been asking up front about a minute and a half into the video for that subscription from you. It's free, costs nothing. And hey, now you can be a part of that next 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, whatever it's going to be. And I can't get there if you don't ask for it. And that's kind of the danged if you do, danged if you don't situation you find yourself on YouTube here as a content creator in 2023. All right, enough of me. Let's discuss this, shall we? The Oilers currently find themselves in a situation where they need to, if Evander Kane is indeed to return Tuesday, clear some cap space. Why? Well, the Oilers, they find themselves obviously uptight in that LTIR usage pool, and as it currently stands right now, I don't know how all the pools and stuff works, so I couldn't quite tell you how that all shakes out. But for the Oilers right now with the LTIR, we have about $875,000 remaining of LTIR cap relief, which means we've used up a quite good portion of it. And that means right now, as it is for the Oilers, you look at who's on LTIR, Mike Smith, you look at Oscar Klefbom, and Evander Kane, who's at $5.125 million. Obviously, friends, you're going to say, well, the Oilers have 8 defensemen on the roster. I'm sure you can clear up some roster space, clear up some cap space right there. Yes, in any event, you're either moving Vinny Desharnais or Marcus Niemelainen back down. Well, friends, that translates out to be $760,000 against that cap hit. So now you're at what, just over $1.2 million in cap space freed up to activate Evander Kane. So now you need $4 million to do it. And here's where it all kind of comes together within the forward group. You need $4 million. You've got 13 forwards, 8 defensemen, and 3 goalies on your active roster, according to things right now, because of Calvin Pickard on the emergency call up with Stuart Skinner, obviously waiting for his kid to be born, and we'll wait to see him on Tuesday, hopefully. But as it shakes out, you've got a couple of roster forwards here that we've mentioned quite heavily. Jesse Puljujarvi and Warren Foegele, right? Both of those guys combined, while Fogel's making 2.75 and Jesse Puljujarvi's making $3 million. Now, I will preface all of these discussions about who goes, and why they go. Well, simply put, for me, I'm not sure how the accelerated cap usage works in the back half of the season, right? It's not necessarily that you have to be right at that 82.5 number or this or that. There's kind of percentages along the way, and if players aren't on the roster at given points, you use less cap. And so for the Oilers, I think there's a little bit more salary cap than I think there is, and that's why I think mentioning Warren Foegele, despite him not clearing upwards of $3 million, is of use for this Oilers team, because there is that salary cap percentage available to the Oilers. Obviously, I think everybody and their dog would agree that Jesse Puljujarvi is the most likely Oiler to get moved in this event, because it will obviously clear the most cap space, free up a roster spot for a guy like Dylan Holloway to potentially get a few more minutes and something like that. Warren Foegele, though, same kind of boat. So that's where we find ourselves there. However, this is a question that keeps getting asked within the Twitter ranks is, well, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And no matter if you think it's going to be Foegele, whether you think it's going to be Puljujarvi, heck, you could even think it's going to be Yamamoto, but there has to be another roster player subtracted from this Oilers squad to activate Evander Kane. Essentially, you're going from 13 down to 11, and then when Kane comes in, up to 12 forwards on the group. And how that shakes out is, there's a couple of ways you could do it, but the only real bang for your buck is Derek Ryan. You'll clear off, I think, $1.15 million of salary cap by sending him or trying to send him to the minors. And obviously, too, if he gets claimed on waivers, that there then is an extra $100K of salary cleared off. And now suddenly the picture gets even clearer for the Edmonton Oilers. And thankfully, this is all possible. I can't say this enough. This all is possible in losing one of Puljujarvi or Foegele or Yamamoto plus Derek Ryan is all possible thanks in no small part to Klim Kostin and the incredible effort he has put forward since being recalled from the Bakersfield Condors following the trade from the St. Louis Blues. This is a masterclass move by Ken Holland that I think not only Ken Holland was motivated to make a good move, but also a player that was motivated to make the most of a new opportunity. I'm not even going to say second chance, because I don't think Klim Kostin was quite there yet with the St. Louis Blues. I think it was more or less just a change of scenery, new opportunity for him, and he has made the most of it. So when you shake it all out, right, for the Oilers is you're probably losing 3 guys off the roster to add 1 guy. Now, when you look at the roster and you've got 13 forwards, 8 defensemen, 2 goalies, 23, plus Stuart Skinner, right? Calvin Pickard goes off of the salary cap. So again, Stuart Skinner comes in, you save 12.5K, and the math will work for the Oilers. It's just a matter of now. Check your Twitter, check your Facebook, comb for news about the Oilers making a move, because it is coming at some point here, either today, tomorrow, or Tuesday for the Oilers as they go to, well, sign the next part of their season off with re-adding Evander Kane to the NHL lineup. That's all I've got for you, friends, is I just wanted to follow up more or less that big Oilers defense trade coming, which is just the question that's been looming over top of our heads all season long. Now we know for sure with Evander Kane coming back Tuesday, if that is indeed the case. Obviously things still could change, but if that is the case, there has to be and there will be a move made, and that according to Kurt Levins of the Edmonton Journal. Folks, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for 10K. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and here's to more coming soon. I'm up on out of here.